everybody. I'm Carrie Farinack with Convene TV, brought to you by PCMA and produced by CNTV. We're talking to Michelle Russell with Convene Magazine on the exciting things coming up in the next edition. Michelle, thanks for being with us.
Thank you for having me.
So let's get right to the heart of the magazine. We just came off a successful show at Convening Leaders in January, and I know you have an intriguing wrap-up of the event for the February issue. Tell us a little bit about it.
So we do have a wrap-up. It happened last month in Chicago, and in addition to a handful of photo pages, the editorial team shares the one main takeaway that each of us came home with. In other words, an idea that we heard in a session that really stuck with us. And we also have a column written by PCMA Senior Vice President of Education and Meetings. She's the meeting planner for meeting planners, Kelly PC, and she talks about the risks the meeting took that did or didn't pay off.
You know, I had the pleasure of being in Chicago for Convening Leaders, and it really was an amazing meeting with so much information to absorb. So I'm interested to hear about your team's takeaways. All right, on to the next topic, which takes us into the world of theater. Tell us about that.
Sure. You know, there's a lot that meeting organizers can learn from the world of theater and how they engage audiences. So senior editor Barbara Palmer wrote this story. She interviewed people who had careers in the theater and used that experience in the meetings industry. She has 6 tips for meeting organizers. You want to hear them?
Absolutely. Love to hear them.
Okay, so the first is to create a storyline, which is a theme that runs throughout your meeting. The second is to create a hook, which is to present a big question at the beginning of the meeting to be solved. The third is to create turning points, and what that means is switching up the format of the meeting at least 3 times during the meeting. Create surprises, because that engages audiences. Tie everything together at the end, and then leave everyone with a happy ending. For example, a song or a standing ovation, just something that leaves them, their last impression is of something happy. It has a dramatic arc, which is the way, you know, we experience a movie or the theater, and that's the way we should experience a conference.
You know, we follow some of the same philosophies here at CNTV when we're doing storytelling or content creation, so I really could not agree more. It's all about the experience, right? So we want to switch gears and talk about the one big thing folks need to experience when they're talking about a second-tier city. Tell us about that feature story. Second-tier
cities have all of the infrastructure. They all have the infrastructure that's needed to host a meeting, whether it's a hotel, or, you know, hotels, convention space, airlift, all those things that, you know, keep a meeting humming along. But what's the one thing that really stands out about your destination that a meeting planner should make sure is part of the itinerary so that delegates get out and really get a sense of the place they went to? Delegates today don't just want to go to a convention and not experience the city. They really want to experience the city. So if there's one thing they can't miss, what is the one thing they should go out and visit? So we got some really interesting responses.
Sounds like a great read. Thanks so much for being with us, Michelle. I know I'm looking forward to getting my next edition of Convene. Hope everyone else is too.
Thank you for joining us today, and be sure to check out our stories on the website, pcma.org, and I'll check back in with you next month for the March issue.
So for all of us here at CNTV, this has been Convene TV, brought to you by PCMA.